Hey everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Grif.
I'm Baka.
I swear Oak's coming back. I
I
swear.
don't think so. I don't
He
think
he
so.
No.
said he
It's
said
been almost 2 months.
I know. But he said that next Sunday, which we're not recording, and the Sunday after that, he's supposed to be free. So 2 Sundays in a row, which means that the next episode, theoretically, he'll be around again.
I don't know. I might be busy that weekend, and we'll have to change that, move it to the following week.
You gotta rearrange just to avoid. I'm
The
trying to be helpful and schedule it so he can be here, and Chick is trying to schedule it so he can't be here. They'll love it.
Or am I just doing her bidding and I'm taking the flack for it?
You'll never know the conspiracy theories. Everybody put on your tinfoil hat. Where is Oak Tree?
Chop him
Realistically,
down in the forest.
He's planted out back.
He's at a soccer field with his daughter. One of his daughters is
I
doing
didn't
soccer.
fucking plant him.
So
I did. I buried him out back.
listen here now.
No, that's not planting, sir.
You'll decompose and regrow into grass eventually.
Y'all are bad.
Or mushrooms.
Whichever.
Foliage,
Circle of life.
plants of some sort, right?
Maybe we can get truffles out of them and make a lot of money.
All right, listen here. Let's talk about video games instead of things that might send you all to prison, because I'm not part of that. Where do we
Video
want to
games.
start? There
You
are
only go to
some
prison if
things-
they find the evidence. So
There were actually some things that are worth news stuff, which is surprising to talk about this week. I guess because it's getting closer to the end of the year, so we're getting a lot of like end of the year.
Video game awards.
Yeah, we're coming up on like fourth quarter, so stuff's happening right now, and then it'll dry up again in January, I guess. Where do you want to start? Do you have a jumping in point that you like? Two of these articles start with former.
I mean, it's all a bit scattered around.
It really is. A lot of this doesn't lead well into one another.
No, I mean, there's a couple of, Halo and Marathon and Zenimax, people being laid off.
Well, I guess
Phasmo.
we can do some of the easy small stuff first. Like Mortal Kombat, the second movie is on the horizon. But there's already
May 13th.
Yeah, there's already a third movie confirmed because they're pretty convinced they've got a big enough audience that wants it. I won't lie, the first Mortal Kombat movie that was in this little set of stuff was fun, and I am looking forward to the second one.
Yeah, I liked the first one. It was fun.
It was.
I'm not going to say it was like iconic greatness. It was just fun.
No, it's definitely not like, this is a cinematic masterpiece, the pinnacle of the medium, but it was a lot of fun. It was a good popcorn flick.
I had some issues with it, but it was okay.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Which it's, again, not a perfect film by any stretch of anybody's imagination, but it was okay. I like the end part. Like, I mean, come on, everybody was waiting for it to give the what's it called? I can't think of the word for it now.
I don't know what you're trying to say, so I can't help you find the word.
They could have done away
Fan
without.
service.
Yeah, they could have done away without the new character, and I didn't
Which I
like
think
how
they did-
they handle.
I think they got rid of him in the second one. He's there, but he's a background character now.
Okay, yeah, because it's like, why am no one's here to see this guy. We don't care. We want to see Scorpion and Sub-Zero beat the fuck out of each other.
And we did.
I think that, if I'm not mistaken, they had to do that because Warner Brothers wanted an original character to be the main set piece, so they didn't have a choice but to make an original character being a set piece.
Yeah.
And then
Well, that way
it
they
felt
can go
forced.
Well, that way they can go. This is ours now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like that, and I didn't like how that they handled Goro, especially near the end.
Yeah, where they finished his fight. Yeah.
Yeah,
He should have been
felt
in the
very
actual
anticlimactic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It absolutely should have been. He should have been part of the tournament. They could have easily sent anybody else over there to do his part in the story and been taken out.
Yeah, they could have made a new character of his race and went here. This is so and so. You beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, that would have been much better. But again, fan service. I guess they wanted to bring him back. But whatever. I don't. I think that was they could have done that part a lot better too. But this was supposed to have Johnny Cage in it now, and we'll see
Played
how.
by Carl Urban.
I
Yeah, we'll see
mean,
how he
I'm
does. I
kind of
mean, I
interested
like
in
Carl
that.
Urban. I just don't know how well he's gonna do as Johnny Cage.
Have you watched The Boys?
I have.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
I imagine it's going to be about like that.
I mean, I could see that, but I think Johnny
Except
Cage has a
less
little
of a
bit
dick.
more charisma
I
and
think Carl Urban
suaveness with
has
a
range. He can do it.
yeah, like he could play that style, but I need him to kind of ooze cockiness, like over cockiness with it too, and I don't know. We'll see. I think he can do
'Cause
it.
he played Bones in Star Trek. He's played Judge Dredd.
I am
So yeah,
dumb.
He's
he's got
definitely got
some range.
range.
He does.
So
I think he's gonna be fine.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. All of those roles haven't given him that like suave cockiness, that bravado. There we go, the bravado that Johnny Cage comes with. So
Um, I don't know, because no, I don't think that's a good example either. It was one of the friggin' Asgardian dudes in the MCU's, but he also
That could be
played.
ooh,
pretty close,
ooh,
actually.
ooh, yeah. Now that you bring that up, I am willing to kind of be okay because that guy was a little bit more submissive. If you take that style and kind of add some confidence behind him, I think that kind of style would work for him, where he plays it like that, but a lot of confidence from him out of that. Like, yeah, of course, it's me. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, all right. Uh, but yeah, that first one, the first one was pretty fun, and the fan service was there for sure. So I mean, Mortal Kombat is all about the fan service and fatalities, and the fighting. The choreography
The
was
three
good.
F's: fan service, fatalities, fighting. As
Yes,
long as you've got
yes.
all of them,
For a
should be
Mortal
fine.
Kombat movie, that's pretty much all you need. We don't watch Mortal Kombat
I
stuff for
mean,
like the in-depth story.
I
that's
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if you've ever played a Mortal Kombat game, there's really not much of an in-depth story to it. Like any fighting game for that matter.
well, that's
So
not what it's about.
Street Fighter and yeah, it's about beating the fuck out of each other.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah!
with
It's
some
about seeing
cool
some
moves,
good,
you know.
yeah, good choreography. Which the fights in the first one were pretty good. The Sub Zero and Scorpion fight at the end was good. That choreography between two professionals was good.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's what we need to see out of this one, and they're confident it's got it. I'll be watching it for
I mean,
sure.
some of that's gonna be marketing posturing, but at the same time, I do think that they feel like there's a good fan base in place for it, or else they would not have greenlit the second movie to start with, much less going ahead with announcing a third. I think
Yeah,
they
seeing
do
as how long
believe
they
it's gonna
took for
do
the
well,
second one,
though.
yeah, I think it'll do fine as long as they lean into, which is why I hate when movies do a movie and then don't do a second one, especially if they've got planned ones. Power Rangers is because you could take that the feedback you get from the first one, and especially if you have plans, and kind of grow into your second movie. But the same thing with Warcraft 2. It's like, you guys should have learned and moved into your second movie. But a lot of the times, it's like, oh, not risking enough. You guys have so much money, you could easily risk a couple of movies.
Yeah.
Whatever.
At least one more, but
Yeah, I'll give them a second try. Netflix usually at least gives them a second try. It's usually after the second one. Even if it does
Sometimes.
well, they cancel it.
no, not always.
Yeah, not
I didn't say
always.
always. I said they usually will give them two, and then even it doesn't even matter what they do in the second one. Even if it's good, they usually cancel it.
Yeah, no, like that Dark Crystal did phenomenal, and they didn't give that another shot at
Oh
all.
man, that may have been too
I'm still
expensive to make.
I'm still fucking salty with that one.
Yeah, I don't
Like
blame you.
it's winning awards and all this shit. Nah, we're just gonna cancel it. You motherfuckers.
But
Well,
that's how I felt about Power Rangers. They canceled that after the first movie too. Anyway, so we'll be seeing that movie in May, and then the next one will probably be 28, if I'm not mistaken.
probably
Probably around 2028.
we'll have to see. But which other one do you want to? There's not really a great transitional, you know. Oh, speaking of this, here's this other story.
Speaking of this, here's
Yeah.
another story about, I don't know, there's nothing to
Yeah.
jump to. You could just pick one.
I guess we'll start with people leaving places. The Halo art director is leaving. Glenn Israel has left Halo Studios after 17 years of working on the franchise.
17 years. That's a long
Which,
time.
you know, it's one of those things where we all understand at this point that people come and go. Like, you can be somewhere for a very long time and then just decide that it's time for you to move on. But a lot of times, if you've been there for an extended period, it's not...
Almost 20 years?
Yeah, it's not necessarily... I'm moving on with a new and exciting next chapter. I'm moving on because some shit went down, which is kind of how this feels. Because in a statement, and also statements on LinkedIn, I just think it's still weird to me to see in a statement on LinkedIn, they said, but he wrote that, at this point, he said, "There's little more I can say for the moment, though I intend to share this particular story in its entirety when it is absolutely safe to do so next year." Okay, so you've got a year of NDA, essentially, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like there's more to the story than it was time for me to go. It sounds like it was time for me to go because bad shit was happening. Because he also, you know, added on there that it's your chance, you're free to choose. No illusion of security, nor promise of wealth or power or fame is worth trading your health, your dignity, your ethics, or your values. It sounds like maybe that was what was at stake here. And that's what caused him to decide to take the step into the next chapter of his life. I mean, I think it's one of those things where, like, with the state of the industry, none of us would be surprised by any of that. It just...
No, not at all. I mean, it's just...
kind of is what it is at this point. We all know it's...
I think Halo is the biggest disappointment. Like, it had the highest highs of any video game series, and it has gone to the lowest lows.
I mean, they still have good ideas that are, like, you can see.
No, they don't. When was the last good idea?
Well, I mean, Halo Infinite's, like, multiplayer idea was still okay-ish in the...
What part of the idea? Like, being able to co-op the big world? Yeah, like... even that was mediocre at best. The big open world that they had was just kind of poorly done.
There was another article, and I don't think we have it in this, but I was reading another one where one of the guys that used to work on Call of Duty and has since left, was like, I don't think that it's going to be great under Microsoft because Microsoft's got a line of mediocrity in its past. Look at what happened to Gears of War and Halo. And it's like, yeah, but I mean, I feel like every franchise ages at some point. And if you can't figure out, like, how to revitalize that and continue on, it's not going to make it. And also, I think it's rich to be like, Call of Duty is going to suffer. Yeah, Call of Duty's kind of been at the state of mediocrity for a little while now. That's not really surprising. But you have to figure out how to refresh your game. And I think the lack of focus on a single player story narrative, like, everybody's so into games as a service, live service games. You got to have multiplayer so that you can make money. And you can keep that moneymaker alive for infinitely forever, you know, essentially is what every game company wants. That's why games like Gears and Halo have suffered, because they've come from a place of single player storylines that are worth following and good gameplay to how can we make these things work in a multiplayer setting that makes as much money as Call of Duty. Because that really is the benchmark for multiplayers, or has been for a long time.
Then they should have learned to focus on one or the other. But they're so wrapped up on trying to make a multiplayer game.
It's because they feel like single player games don't make any money. Well,
it
not
says
enough
Baldur's
money.
Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3 does have you can co-op it. It does not have a
It says
competitive
Expedition 33.
Yeah, no, I know we've
Like
seen
that argument.
So
Yeah, that argument is so old now that single player games don't make money.
but try
They
to
do
convince
make money
any
if they're
company that is
good.
beholden to shareholders that that's fine. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's
is
the shareholders that are
wanna
the problems.
see that Call of Duty money that's coming in hand over fist,
But
and
Call
even
of
then, I'd
Duty
say
isn't
that
even
money
making
is
that money
that
anymore.
money
They
is
lost
slipping.
so much.
Because we don't have a juggernaut that you can point to and be like, singularly, this is the apex of the industry at the moment. I mean, you've
Battlefield
got so
6
many.
is the apex of
Battlefield
the
6 is selling
apex.
like hotcakes, although I have seen also a laundry list of issues that they're trying to fix right out of the gate with it too. So it's like, did you guys really not do much on the QA testing side of this? Because y'all are having a lot of bug problems right now. But
And I mean, Silksong came out and exploded past AAA titles like nobody's business. That was just in September, less than a month ago.
I mean, like we said, indies are kind of on the rise because you feel like you can trust them more based on the people making them having the integrity to make a good game versus pushing out something that will have 37 patches within the first 2 weeks, you know? Which is the kind of
because
state
people who are making those games make them because they love them. And talk about refreshing the formula and keeping it like maintained. Resident Evil, perfect thing. They came out with Resident Evil 7. They're like, we're going to be first person. Everyone's like throwing up hands, screaming everything. That was a horrible idea. They refreshed the series. Good. Which I think that Microsoft is thinking that Halo is going to do the same thing with third person. Which I don't. I think you're just going to kind of dig a different hole. Because I don't know if I look at Halo and see third person style, like I'm trying to think of, like, I could visualize pretty well, but the first Halo in third person will kind of just take it away a little bit, because part of that is getting out of that ship when you first land on the Halo and looking up and being able to see the halo around you and the banshees coming in. And if you put it in third person, it just kind of takes away that awe from it.
Well, I also feel like we've gotten further and further away from the idea of telling a story and asking the player to put themselves as the main character. Like, we've gotten away from silent protagonists, which I'm not mad about. Like, I'm not upset that characters have dialogue or anything like that. But we've just gotten away from, we're telling you a story that you need to kind of put yourself in the mindset of this character for. It's now like, we're telling you a story, but I guess if we want you to be the character, we need to give you, like, chat choices and, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, there needs to be other ways to have player agency. I mean, you're still trying to tell me a story. I need you to tell me the story. I don't really necessarily want every game to ask me for my input into the story too. And so that was one of the things that I think Halo did really well, is the characters around you told the story and you got to feel like you were the badass completing it, you know?
Mm-hmm. You felt like you were the hero in it. Mm-hmm. You weren't the one making decisions. You were just the one being the hero, the walking tank.
Yeah. But
and I mean, you could have done that more, and all having Master Chief come back later on in the series would have been far better than just milking the Halo 4 and then scrapping that story idea into Halo 5, scrapping that story idea into Halo Infinite, scrapping that story idea.
It's the fear of moving a series on to something that the fans aren't intimately familiar with. Because they did that even in Gears, even with them shifting who the protagonist was, they did it in such a breadcrumby way that it felt bad. Because they're like, instead of making a clean break, Marcus Phoenix is no longer focus, you will be focusing on a whole new character. They went, Marcus Phoenix is no longer your focus. Your focus in Gears 4 is Marcus Phoenix's son, who has a friend that is kind of, it doesn't really matter, but they meet this chick, and you're supposed to really care about her story because JD cares about her, and that is so important. And then from here on out, she's the protagonist of the series now.
That's
like,
such
stop
a weird
being
way, because
so
they didn't
afraid. Just give us a new protagonist.
They didn't even get rid of Marcus either.
No, they got to show up.
What?
He got to show up.
Yeah, he got to show up. That's the problem. Is they didn't even risk a single game without him. They were just JD's here, and now Marcus is back here.
He's in 4, but I don't think he's been seen since then. But it's one of those things where it's like, I don't mind if you want him to show up as a cameo, but don't try to get me to attach to your new character based on my attachment to a previous character. If your new character is not cool enough and it doesn't resonate enough to stand on its own, it's not a good character. Like, that's the problem, is you have to be able to cut ties with one character and decide to move on with your franchise with a different character. And I mean, I think that there are some games where you can get away with, okay, the next iteration will be the progeny of the first one or whatever. Because, like, if you did more Uncharted and you wanted to follow, you set it up at the end of Uncharted 4, Nate and Elena had a kid. If you wanted to set it up for her to go off and do her thing and that be the next set of games, that's fine. But you can't have her constantly lean on her dad's legacy unless you want to make that a focal point where people knew who her dad was and she's trying to make her own path, essentially.
Yes.
But it was like, too much like, we need you to like this character because you liked their parent. And it didn't feel enough like...
Halo 4 could have been perfect if they would have just like reset the series. I don't know, 50 years into the future. The Spartan program has been rebooted. It's completely different. You're starting as a new Spartan, and then at the end of Halo 4, you find a beacon, and it's Chief, and he's been frozen for 50 years, and he has no idea how the Spartan program or how it's done now because he's been out of commission for so long. And then, or you can make it into the next game where 5, you're trying to find him because, I don't know, he's got Cortana who has a code in her, but she's completely fried. Like, you could have done so much more if you weren't so scared to step away from him.
That's the problem, is like,
your flagship.
3 should have been the end for him, but you drug him into 4 and the conflict from there, which could have worked. But y'all scrapped the idea of 4 halfway through and went to 5 with a different ideology because 4 stuff got finished in a comic. But then you like let him go through this other set of games and then went, well, with Infinite, that should not be Master Chief's story, right? Oh, wait, here's Master Chief again. Bringing him back out. Like, y'all are seriously attached to this so hard that you think there's no way you could introduce another character here. And you could have. Chose not to. Chose not to because you couldn't have written one that could stand on his or her own. Also, couldn't have written, former squad mate that was best friends, so you have an automatic attachment because Chief doesn't really have that outside of Cortana and Johnson, like a lot of people that are already dead. And I think that's what Halo 3 was doing, was wrapping it up so that you couldn't rely on that kind of stuff, but then, whatever.
Whatever. It's not... I do not have hope or faith for
and I
the
think
Halo
that
franchise.
The departures, to bring it back to what the actual story was, departures like this, where it's like people that have been at the studio for a very long time, working on the same franchise for a very long time, when they're just like, nah, man, I'm out, it means that not only is the franchise probably not being handled well, the studio as a whole is probably not being handled real well anymore either. So it just doesn't bode well for anything in the future.
And we can't say for certain. We're just on the outside looking in from little things.
But I mean, it's not like it's the only studio that's having shakeups like that. Like, well, and even in the Microsoft sphere, because Microsoft acquired Bethesda and all of the stuff that came with that, which was ZeniMax stuff, and then ZeniMax Online got closed down. But there is a story this week about how instead of like those developers or the group that was part of the ZeniMax Online team, instead of them being like, well, we'll just go find other jobs, they're like, now we're going to start our own because now we know what all of the pitfalls of this garbage is and we can maybe avoid that ourselves. So I mean,
I bet you can make some grand sci-fi shooter game.
I mean, I'm sure they could
if somebody tried. Like, it's there's a desire out there, basically a Halo love letter somewhere out there.
Well, I don't know. I feel like you're going to see a lot more of these studios that get hit with massive layoffs. A lot of those people are going to go out on their own because they have the knowledge of what made the original stuff that they worked on popular, why it worked, and they can do it themselves, You don't really necessarily
Part of
have
me
to have.
wonders if AI maybe has a hand in some of it.
I'm sure it does.
I'm sure. That's an easy one.
Yeah, I mean,
No, it's just going to be funny. It's like, yeah, we fired all these people and used AI to make the game. Why is no one buying this? Why is everyone buying the indie developers game? Don't you know it's made by people?
yeah, I think that's going to be the real interesting clapback when we get to the point of major studios being like, you don't want that, it's made by people. Wait a minute now.
Ugh.
What dystopian reality are we living in? Oh, wait, never mind. It's ours. But I guess, like I said, it's not like it's a singular thing. Sackbird Studios, by the way, is the name of that group of Zenimax developers that are
the Zenimax Online people that got their
Yes.
game canceled.
Yeah, they got their game canceled, got laid off. They were like, we'll just go do this instead, thanks. I guess.
Pretty much. I mean, I respect it. The group was like, oh, wait, what? You're canceling you're firing us? So guys, you guys want to go our own studio and try our hand at this by ourselves? Sure, we got enough connections. We can make somebody. So,
I mean,
we'll see.
it's not like it's a singular story. I mean, we talked on the last podcast. We talked about how Ubisoft was gonna start splitting off, and they had this that what was it? Vantage Studios. That's what it is. Vantage Studios
yes.
that was going to take control of some of their franchises, like Assassin's Creed. And then, of course, this episode, one of the people that were formerly in charge of the Assassin's Creed series, they're not in charge anymore. They're actually leaving, but they wanted everybody to know they didn't walk away. They were asked to step aside. So they were offered a new position within this Vantage Studios startup, but it was not the same position. It didn't have like the scope and reach and power essentially to dictate. So they decided to go elsewhere, and it's just
he stayed until Ubisoft asked him to walk away, to step aside is the words.
In this one case, I will say maybe that's not a bad idea. Because Assassin's Creed is a series that probably could benefit from somebody else being at the helm with everything that's happened to the franchise. I mean,
I think Assassin's Creed is one of those franchises that need to be put in somebody else's hands. It's a different company's hands. Like it's almost like all of these beautiful titles, these huge series need to be taken away from these big companies and given to an indie studio that actually loves the series. Like, find you 50 to 200 developers that are fanatics for Assassin's Creed and let them make a game that is true to what they love about it.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, Ubisoft doesn't care about the game at all. They just want to make sure that it runs well enough, gets good publicity, and makes money. That's it. They don't care if the story is garbage as long as people will buy it.
Well, I don't know. It's just... And I guess that's a series, the Assassin's Creed one, that is kind of a... They wanted to do this you have to play with your friends thing in that one for a little bit, and then they scaled that back and have more focused on the solo experience of it. But it's still... I don't know. Assassin's Creed just sometimes feels tired to me.
Same formula. It's bloated, same formula. It hasn't been refreshed, in my opinion, since Black Flag.
I don't know.
I mean, there was never anything groundbreaking. They just... Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, I went through Origins because it was, like, super cheap on Steam. It was a slog to get through. Because, like, even all the side quests in order you need to do in order to get the RPG element of leveling up to unlock other things, so you can complete the game a bit easier. It's like, oh, this moron has gotten himself trapped in the same friggin' Prison area. We need you to go get him out. Remember Corky from World of Warcraft?
Yes, I was gonna
Yes.
say it's just
Yeah.
like Corky.
Yeah.
Did you have to rescue him
exactly.
over and over again?
Yes.
Bloated content.
And that's the
Yeah.
problem is like you can do a really good single player story based game, but do not put so much extra garbage around that you have to do. Like part of why we're there is to play the story and experience it, and it really takes you out of it if you're like, "Oh man, I can't wait to find out what happens now." Oh, what? This is essentially paywalled behind 47 side quests because I need to level up my sword and my dagger because apparently I can't stab proficiently enough at this point. Like that,
Yeah.
nothing
Well,
takes you out of a game faster than stuff like
the
that.
Spider-Man game that they did, it's open world. I mean, they're side quests, but they don't feel like you have to do them
Yeah.
in order to complete the game.
Well,
They
make
were
them
just like
fun.
fun things to do.
Yeah, like that's part of it. Is like I don't mind taking a break from the main story content to go and do a couple of side quests if they feel really fun to do. Because sometimes you're like, oh man, my character's just gone through like 3 different heartbreaking, heartrending experiences, and they might get some clarification in the next mission, but I think that they just need a minute to blow off some steam. Let's go find a fun
Actually,
side quest.
the Spider-Man game, there's a few points in the main story where they're like, here, before we let you continue after this, go do like a side mission or two, and then you can continue back. And some of the side missions are like, hey, this guy's pigeons are loose, and he needs you to help gather them back all up. And you're just like web slinging and trying to chase after pigeons and get them with your web.
Yeah. I think that that's fun and fine. Those are the fine little palate cleansers that you need in it. And I guess some of it too is this is a problem highly centered on open world games, which is where we see a lot of the problem with this. Because in a more linear game, there might be some side stuff that you can do, but it's not like so much side stuff that you're inundated with it all of the time, or that it fills up your map like this weird clutter of just garbage that you feel pressured to clear off so that you can see your main objectives. I don't know. Map clutter's all been a long time problem. So.
Which is why, if you want to look at games that evolve properly, look at Ghosts of Tsushima to Ghost of Yotai. A lot of the problems was repetitive, boring, kind of middle of the road. The story was great, but a lot of the outside world stuff felt bland and overdone for the most part. I enjoyed it and I don't mind it. But the developers heard that into Ghost of Yotai and adjusted it. It doesn't feel so repetitive. The outside parts feel different, more unique, kind of break the main story so that you can kind of get out of that rut where you're just kind of running in a straight line.
Yeah.
And you feel better going off the path because it breaks up that monotony. Each of them are different. They feel better. Like they evolved the game so that it feels better on the side quests and the whole game feels more complete instead of different things feeling like a slog and having to do the same follow the fox 112 times. Like it's better because some companies look at feedback and go, they're right, that's good feedback, I like that, let us take that into consideration when we work on our next game. We want to do better. You look at Assassin's Creed and it's like, we hear you, we're going to put more in.
Yeah.
No.
What? You don't want to go around and collect 200 feathers? Well, we're going to keep that, and we're going to have you go around and collect 200 more items. So your map is just filled with all these things.
In a personal nitpick as well, one of the things that really, and again, I have not played a lot of the more recent Assassin's Creed games, so maybe they've changed it at some point. But I will go all the way back to something like Unity. And one of the things that was so super irritating is they couldn't give you an iconic character look because there was like 3 or 4 different outfits that you needed for like every different mission or whatever. And you had to get them by doing these certain things. And it's like the outfit that I liked the look of, you've got to collect these little, I can't remember what they were, cuckets, I think, that were just around that you had to like figure out to go get them. But even then, it's like, finally, I look the way I want to look because this game is an RPG now and it has custom. Oh wait, I can't wear this gear because it doesn't have the stats that I am required to have for this next mission. So what is the point? Like, you can't give me an iconic single player storyline. You can't give me an iconic single story like a story setting, and you can't even give me an iconic look. Like, one of the things that made Assassin's Creed 2 feel super cool is Ezio had a specific look to him that was badass. And you weren't having to change his outfit based on what he was trying to do. Because he was good at his fucking job, you guys. He didn't need to blend in or wear the extra
They just tried too hard to put more RPG aspects into it. More RPG aspects.
Yeah, like, I think Odyssey was kind of like, you had different armor and weapons you could constantly get, and I want to say that it altered your look, and it just kind of like I after a while, like I did with most RPGs, like does this give me the best stats? Cool. I don't care what it looks like at this point.
And I hate that.
Pretty much.
I hate that so much. Like, you want to offer me these options to look different because that's one of the things that players want is like, let me look cool. But the things that look cool aren't the things with the best stats on them necessarily. And it's like, okay, so you clearly still have the outfit you want me to wear that I will be required. Just give it to me. Stop giving me options then. Like, I don't know. That's one of the things that CD Projekt Red actually ended up changing it so that you could do kind of what WoW has with the
wardrobe.
What is it called? Transmog. Yeah, where you can be like, these are the gear pieces that have the stats that I need, but they all look like I'm a trash hobo from the Badlands or whatever, and none of this stuff goes together. But you could put whatever outfit you wanted that you had found the pieces for, you could put that in your, like, display slots. Things like that. I guess that's how you negate some of it, but even then, that's still... Go find all of the best gear. It doesn't matter.
I mean, and that's one of those... that argument is as old as games itself. Look like... Because WoW Classic is the exact opposite. Everybody loves not being able... Yeah, everybody loves being able to see power progression via outfit. But, I mean, in games like that... Because it's a single-player game, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah,
I think having a wardrobe slot and a gear... Which, I mean... At that point, what's the point of a gear slot? What's the point of gear with stats even having... visuals to it? Everything should just be like, this is a headpiece and it's a little diamond. You put it in your head slot, you get the bonuses. Like, visually, it doesn't matter. Yeah. You're never gonna display it anyway.
I feel like specifically in Assassin's Creed, I did not care for the idea that I needed different gear at all. I thought that was dumb, especially since a lot of your a lot of the mythos behind the series came from the fact that assassins got this specific blade. And that should be your main piece. Like,
yes.
I don't think that you need 37 different rapiers and you've got to have a big giant, bastard sword. And you need to be able to swing this giant axe. So you got to get something with the strength stat on it so that you can use the axe and so you can play different ways. It's like it's literally in the title. It's Assassin's Creed. You're not necessarily a brawler, and I get it. I speak as somebody that sucks at being stealthy. But you know what? If I'm an assassin, I'm going to figure out how to make it work for me with what I've got. That's kind of the whole mystique behind assassins. Not, let me give you 37 different play styles. Would you like to be an archer? No! I want to stab people with my hidden blade because I'm an assassin. It's what we do. What are you talking about?
I ran around with a giant fucking battle axe.
I know you did, and it seems
not much of an assassin,
ridiculous.
are you?
Well, she kept causing the alarms anyway, so it's like, fuck it. I'm just gonna cleave things.
Well, I kept causing the alarms because I needed gear that had more stealth stats on it.
I was doing fine.
I needed an outfit that showed off less of Arno. That was his name. Yeah, Arno. Yeah. Reasons.
It's just
give us good single player stuff and you'll be back in business, y'all. Some of the bigger
AAA
games
man. They just don't have it anymore, in my opinion. In my opinion, AAA studios just do not have it.
And in the same vein, we'll go back to what we were talking about originally was the Halo guy. So before there was Halo, Bungie had Marathon. Sony, now owns Bungie, and they were gonna reboot this Marathon stuff, and it was gonna be multiplayer live service game for reasons, because the original Marathon wasn't. It was a single player experience. Yeah, they're still moving ahead with that now. We were kind of in that like were they weren't they kind of situation, because a lot of the live
I was. That's why I
is...
put that up there, because I was like, because it was. I think it was a few months ago where we got an update on it, and it was like, oh yeah, morale is terrible, and the game is looking awful.
Yeah, well now they've announced the closed technical test ahead of a public beta, so I guess they're moving ahead with it. It's still gonna be a thing.
It says it's under an NDA, but I personally do not think that'll matter. I think somebody is going to break that thing and show what it is behind the scenes.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like at this point we kind of know what it is without having to be told through NDA breaks, but I feel like it's just going to be another live service shooter, and it's not going to be anything special.
No. Not at all.
I feel like a lot of companies are in that kind of rut where they're like, how do we make this the next big thing? But look how many live service games there are anyway, and how many of them have made a big splash. It's a hard market to get into because it's so saturated. Even if you are a big studio, like, who cares that it's Bungie? People know Bungie from... They were the people that originally made Halo, and then they did Destiny, and it's like neither one of those is really necessarily what this is going to be. And I get that you want studios to try out new stuff, but it doesn't feel like it's going to pay off. This feels like it's going to be very similar to Concord. I mean, tell me it's not. Sony's the one that was in charge of all of that stuff too. It's going to come out. If it doesn't do like all of the money, Sony's going to axe it within the first month. And then probably axe Bungie. Because Destiny's not performing.
No, Destiny's numbers are going, whoop.
Yeah. And I think even if you did go, here's Destiny 3, I don't think that it would make the money that Sony wants it to.
I don't even think Destiny 3 would really garner anything.
Yeah. I think it's time to let Bungie figure out what they want to do. Again, it's so bizarre. If you would just ask the studio full of creative people who have these creative minds and projects that they'd like to work on, what kind of projects they'd like to work on, instead of telling them what you think will make all of the money, maybe they could do something.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, when they were left to their own devices, they made Destiny, which, to be fair, the first Destiny was not too bad, but so wrapped up on multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like, I think Destiny as a solo game would have been pretty neat.
Well, they wanted it to be an MMO and feel like an MMO, and I see what they were trying to do with it, but the first Destiny had a lot of pitfalls because they wanted it to be lore heavy, but if you found a codex, you gotta go play over there on your computer so you can figure out what this lore is. So it was like, we're not really willing to tell you what the story of the game is. We need you to actually go read the wiki instead. And I think they learned from that and included more stuff in Destiny 2. But, I don't know. It just didn't hit like it should have. It hit well enough. I mean, Destiny 1 was huge. People played it all the time. We played it for a little bit. All of the gameplay felt great. I mean...
Oh, yeah. The gameplay was solid.
Bungie knows what they're doing with gunplay and stuff. But it was just something slightly off. And then they scaled down a lot of stuff for 2 so that they could put microtransactions into it, and doing that thing where it's like, if you missed this part of the story, then you gotta wait till it comes back around. Didn't they do something like that for a little while?
Yeah.
Where they took out raids and content and put it in a rotation.
Put them back in later.
Yeah, it was like in a rotation. So you had to wait to see what that part of the story was or whatever until you came back around. Or you could do what they asked you to in the first one, just go read the wiki.
Yeah. I don't know, It's interesting,
We're
to
old,
say the
jaded
least.
gamers these days. We don't like anything. Get off our lawns.
I love games, and I still play them, but I definitely look more towards indie games for my satisfaction than anything else. I mean, I definitely hit a single player game here and there. I played Silent Hill 2 last year. Fantastic game. I enjoyed it. Baldur's Gate 3, played it, enjoyed it. I'm definitely looking towards Ghost of Yotei. I mean, there are single player Resident Evil 9. I'm looking forward to it. There are definitely games out there that I'm looking forward, and even a couple from big AAA studios. But there's so much junk in between. I'm so picky with my money these days. I'd rather
Yes.
go and buy like 6 indie titles for $5 to $10 each than one $60 mainstream title. Because I bet money I can get more time out of those 6 games than I could out of that one.
Well, again,
Just because it doesn't draw me.
we're old and jaded now, and so that's where we are. But yes, you're right. We are much more judicious with what we're willing to spend on. It's not every game that comes out. And again, this is one of the times where Oak being around would balance the conversation a little more, because he does still do a lot of like, oh, new big game, here's $70 or whatever it is these days. I mean, he bought Battlefield. I know he bought that on launch and was playing it and enjoying it. I don't know anything specific, but it's just one of those things where it's like he does still do a lot of new content, but I also feel like he's a lot more forgiving than the other three of us are.
Yeah, I mean, I did the beta when they did open beta of it and played it for like 2 hours, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with this.
Well, I also feel like military shooters are not necessarily our cup of tea anymore. Like sci-fi shooters, yes, we'll still play that, but like military shooters, maybe not for the three of us. I know.
Well, I mean, at this point, most of them are just they all feel the same. Like the
They
maps
do.
feel the same. It's the same jury drab color scheme for all the maps, and
It's got to be realistic, and we know that we don't have really any color in the real world these days, so everything's brown, just like it was in the mid 2000s.
it's a mix. Yeah, it's a mixture of the browns and grays. That's all it ever is.
All it is these days.
Well, you
Throw a
mentioned
bush in there. What? Wait, we can't have greens. We got to make it a gray bush
Agree.
or a brown one.
it's dead and dried up, clearly. You mentioned how maps all look the same and it doesn't change anything for you. Transitionally, Phasmo has announced a new map, which is okay. So everything that this team does at this point sometimes makes me go, but why though? Because this new map, which is a diner map, and I do not have a problem with that. It's definitely one of the things that people
It looks
requested.
pretty good,
Yeah,
for sure.
the map looked cool. It's launching on November 11th, so you missed your spooky month window, which was when everybody's going to be playing your game anyway. And I understand the Halloween event is happening, the Blood Moon thing, and I don't know, maybe you didn't want to distract people with a new map while they're supposed to be doing your special game mode or something. I don't know, it just feels weird to be like, hey, we're the spooky game people. We're going to launch this spooky map after spooky season in November. See you guys for Thanksgiving. I don't know. It just feels weird to me. It was a weird choice.
Well, they are masters of weird choices.
Yeah. And again, it doesn't do anything. They're supposed to have, and we've talked about this before. I know y'all are all tired of hearing it, but their Horror 2.0 update that's supposed to kind of revamp the gameplay and everything is like that would have been more important for you to be working on than this diner map that I'm sure everybody's been. I don't know. Maybe that's what the community at this point, the hardcore community for the game, maybe that's all they care about is new maps. They don't care about the Horror 2.0 overhaul. It's supposed to be next year, but if they're focusing on making new maps and stuff, I don't really know that it's even going to be next year.
Yeah, no kidding. But I will give it to them. I will definitely play. But what they said is they're not going to reveal too much when they release the update. They're not going to make everything known in the patch notes. Most of it's just going to be like, hey, here's update. Here's I think it's version 1.0. The game's been completely revamped. Have fun. I will 100% be in the front of that line, ready to see what they did. Because we have been playing that game since it released.
I know.
You understand that? Since it released. It was September 23rd, I think, when we bought it and started playing it in 21 or 20. I think it was 20. I think it was September of 2020.
Was it?
Or COVID year.
I don't remember.
If it wasn't then, it was...
We had a conversation about it because I couldn't remember it...
Yeah, 2020, like September 4th, 2020, and we started playing it at the end of that month. I started watching it, and I was like, this is good.
And we really liked it when we were figuring it out, but now the gameplay loop is the same as it has been for years, and there's no variant, and it's just unfun.
I mean, I have learned over the years that I am somebody who needs some sort of stimulation in the brain to find enjoyment out of things. And Phasmo's gameplay loop, and I've watched people who have played this game for thousands of hours. It is crazy to me that they run in almost every game, do the exact same things every time, and then like they still get enjoyment. It's like, I get it. Sometimes people need... It's why people play mobile games. No offense to people who play mobile games. But it's basic and simple, and it requires almost no thought process because you've done it so much. It's muscle memory.
Well, I mean,
hell, you could just sit there and not even
the
look.
door, have somebody be like, "Where are you? Show us a sign." You know, can you touch something? And wait until you hear the door go click, click, and be like, "Oh, okay, it's over this way." And then, okay, all right, get all of our stuff in here now. Wait for 2.5 hours while this ghost decides whether or not it's going to use the spirit box or fill out the ghost book.
Well, what I've watched people do is they will just grab it's like notebook, a camera, and the spirit box, and instantly start running in and looking for ghost orbs. The moment they find it, they throw down the EVP, or they throw down the audio thing, and then throw down the notebook and leave it on, and then run outside, grab the EMF, throw it down, run outside. Like, they just run in, run out, grab stuff, throw it down. It's like you can't play for scary after you've played the game for 2,000 hours. You run it on repeat.
Well, and I think that's part of the downside is it does become... Because even me, when we first started playing, I was like, I am a van main because that is terrifying. The ambient sound is scary. The setting is too creepy for me. The ghost is going to get me. Now I bust open that door and I'm like, show us a sign. Where are you? How the fuck old are you? Are you angry? I'm not afraid. And the downside is, if I die, I don't get to do anything else. And that's painful for me, but at the same time, it's like, it's just not scary anymore. I'm not that worried about it. There are other games that do that.
Ghost Exorcism is more terrifying.
It is.
Than Phasmo at this rate.
Yes. And I would argue that it visually should be much less scary. Like, Phasmo's visuals are so good, and the ambience is pretty good, but everything else about it, just the gameplay loop itself lacks.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
But hey, maybe this new map will breathe some new life into it and fix all of the problems.
I mean, it'll be cool to look at something new, but the gameplay is still going to be the exact same.
Yeah. They mentioned something like one of their more linear fun maps being Point Hope, which is the lighthouse. Please never do that again. That is so annoying because the lighthouse is like, there's five floors of it essentially that the ghost might be on, and if the ghost is on floor 5 at the top, man, it takes way too long to run all the way down the spiral staircase of the entire lighthouse to go back to the truck to get something and bring it all the way back. It makes it take an unnecessary amount of time on top of the unnecessary amount of time for the ghost to do something in some cases.
My least favorite map in the world.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. If you are unlucky enough to get one towards the top, oh my goodness. It's all the way up. Drop the thing all the way back down. I feel like
that's the problem. It's the same problem that is present in some of the large maps because the max lobby size is 4. So 4 people are playing this. It's not like you can carry everything you need on one go for the most part. But even on things like the prison and the asylum, if they're not somewhere close to the front of it, it's the same problem. It's just going to take 15 minutes for you to get all the way back to the bus and then all the way back inside. At least with the high school, it has alternate exits, which means you can get outside a little quicker, but it doesn't really speed up the taking things back inside process.
Yes, which thankfully the other game that we like to play, the Ghost game, Ghost Exorcism Inc., has infinite sprint, so those long runs don't feel as bad because you can just sprint the whole time.
Man, our ghost hunters in Phasmo are chronic smokers with asthma. I swear, because they're like 1, 2, 3 steps. Oh my God, you guys, slow down. Hang on. Oh God, hang on. I need a break. Like, what are you doing with your life? I understand that you're afraid, but that would motivate me to run faster and harder than your 2 steps and then you need a smoke break. Drives me crazy. That's one of the biggest. It's supposed to make it feel slow and make it feel more like you need to conserve your sprint for when you're actually in trouble. But man, it makes it take forever to do anything. There's a balance to be had. Y'all better fix it.
We'll see.
We'll see. Let's see. Again, missing the spooky date for that too is like, okay, that's an interesting choice. But whatever. You tell me about this Pokemon thing, please, because this one's one that I didn't read yet.
There was a Pokemon leak. Nintendo already said that they didn't get any information, but it looks like they got development budgets for projects up to 2030. So they revealed new projects. The 11th generation looks like they're going to try to have it released by 2030.
Okay.
And it looks like, let's see. First of all, Pokemon Legend, it shows how cheap it is to make Pokemon games. Pokemon Legends ZA, the one that just came out, was made for only $13 million, which is, in this day and age, almost nothing for development costs. Like that, but they, as much as we see on Steam where they do asset flips and whatnot, it feels like Nintendo does that with a lot of their games too. They just kind of keep recycling the games over and over again. That's why they're not pretty or anything, which is fine. The Pokemon games don't need to really be pretty. But that's why the engines are so basic and simple, because they just reuse the same engine, same assets, and just kind of make a new map. And it's really not too difficult. It's not even a big map either. There was a different article that was like, oh, we walked from one side of the map to the other, and it's surprisingly a lot shorter than you think. It's like, yeah. And from their original, I think it might have been in here too, but one of the original portraits of the map when they were first making it, they cut out the entire bottom half of the map and left it out too. So they didn't even finish what they were originally designing to, because I think they ran out of time. So again, instead of building it, they just cut it off, and we'll probably release it as DLC later, because that's just what people in Nintendo do. But it looks like we will. Let's see. The 10th generation was reported to Gaia and Pokemon Wind and Waves, seemingly released next year, followed by DLC in 27. Be set in Southeast Asia, and that one is going to cost $20 million. So the first of these next mainline games, the 10th generation, will come out next year, because ZA is not a mainline title.
Oh,
it's an offshoot title.
Why is that? I don't understand what constitutes
because
mainline.
Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, all of those are mainline titles. Black, White, Sun, Moon, Sword, Shield, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
All of those are mainline titles. It always comes out in pairs of 2.
Okay.
1 and 2. And those ones are mainline titles. Those are the 2 it also starts a new generation too, whenever in a new place.
Okay.
The Pokemon Legends Arceus came out several years ago. Pretty sure I played it on stream. That is a offshoot, like Pokemon Let's Go offshoot, Pokemon Mystery Dungeons offshoot. They do a lot of these kind of off the sides. It's the same exact principle they use with not Paper Mario, with Mario games, where you have your mainline titles, Paper Mario or Super Mario 2, 3, Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and then you have all these little offshoots, Pokemon 3D or Super Mario 3D World, things like this that they kind of fill out the paper as they go.
Okay.
So Legends Z and A was part of the Pokemon Legends offshoot,
Oh.
like Arceus.
Okay.
This one is the same principle. So next year it'll be Gaia, which will be Pokemon Wind and Waves, assumedly.
Okay.
And then the DLC will follow that in 27, and that new generation is costing about $20 million to make, which is a bump from what they just spent on Legends.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it will then after that generation in 2028 will be another offshoot Legends game that will take in the Galar region of Sword and Shield. These are all just leaks. Nothing is guaranteed. Then there's Project Seed, which will reportedly combine multiple regions from past games. I don't know what that one's going to be, because the last time, I'm pretty sure Baka, I don't know if Baka is super versed in it, but if I'm not mistaken, the last time that we had a game that merged regions was Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, was when they put Kanto and Johto together.
As far as I can think of, yeah, because
they don't merge regions ever.
Yeah, gold, silver, basically. Well, I mean, gold, silver in general, whether it's Heart Gold or Soul Silver.
Yeah, it's just a remake.
That's the only time where it's like, yeah, you can go back and play the second one, and then I remember having the discussion years ago when they announced Ruby Sapphire, and I was like, cool. Does that mean we're gonna be able to go back to the no? We never.
Yeah, like Heart Gold and Soul Silver peak Pokemon games. Not like they merged the regions. You went through Johto and finished it, and then made your way to the Elite Four and beat it. And then when you were done, you got access to Kanto, and you went over there. You beat the 8 gyms, who are much stronger than your gym trainers, and then you got to go back through the Elite Four again, a much stronger version of them. Then you unlocked the final mountain for the end game, which was to battle Red, who was the original hero of Kanto, and got to fight him and his Pikachu and everybody. Like, you talk about peak Pokemon games, you had your 8 badges Elite Four, second set of 8 badges, stronger Elite Four. Then you got the final boss on Mount Silver in an epic duel between 2 Pokemon Masters. That peak greatness right there. So in this leak, it says Pokemon Seed is supposed to merge regions. We'll see. It'd be the first time in
interesting.
In almost 30 years. That's right, you heard me. Because Pokemon Gold and Silver came out in 1999 and 2000. So if this comes out in 2029, 2030, it'll be almost 30 years before they release the game with merged regions.
That's crazy.
And then they have plans for the 11th generation by 2030. So, 10th generation 2026, 2027 DLC, Pokemon Legends in 2028, Pokemon Seed, whatever that is, Project Seed in 2029, and then 11th generation in 2030. They got plans for games every year. Hence the copy paste mentality, cheap production, fast production style. But and they make money. They make hand over fist money. People buy Pokemon games and Pokemon cards. Like, it is just wild.
You can't. They just print money with Pokemon. Like, that's all
They
it is.
They do just print money. But yeah, that's the leak of the Pokemon games. I like Pokemon Legends Arceus. ZA isn't my cup of tea. But it just feels like more of the same. Arceus was different because they went in the past. They did old school, like almost a historic version of a Pokemon game, which was really neat to see. Like old Pokeballs that were made out of because in Heart or in Gold and Silver, they actually were like, this is how you get it. You get berries from seeds, and you can turn them into Pokeballs, and then you got to see that in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So it was like a neat little history lesson that you got to play.
Interesting.
And there was only one title too, so you got to get all of the Pokemon. Well,
everything was in one game.
They don't like doing that.
No.
And you could evolve all the Pokemon too. Like some of the Pokemon only evolve by trading or friendship and things like that. And you could buy this little item that was like called the Link Cable, and you could give it to like Haunter, and it would evolve him into a Gengar. So instead of actually having to trade the Haunter to evolve it, you could just give him the Link Cable, and it would evolve it, which is very nice.
Everybody else is like, how can we make this exclusively an online game? And Nintendo's like, well, we don't want them to have to do that kind of stuff. You don't have to have any real friends to play this game. Here you go.
Yeah, you don't have to have anybody to trade with, but yeah, that's what happened in the Pokemon world. Which, as a fan, like if you, I'm very stuck in specific Pokemon games. If you can give me a Pokemon Let's Go version of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I'm down. 100%. You got my money. You got my money.
Stop asking for them to give you the cool stuff.
Let's Go was fun. Like I bought that one too, and I bought Pokemon Legends. Like when it's different and it's kind of more familiar to me, it's good because the new stuff that they put out, it just kind of feels recycled over and over again. So
yeah,
Let's Go was really, really fun. It was a 3D version of the first game. Super simple. It was basic, but it was a ton of fun and great. So
I think it's thematically appropriate. I didn't know we had a Pokemon store, but I'm wearing like one of my few Pokemon shirts.
Yeah, your Bulbasaur?
Yeah. So.
Who's your favorite starter, Grif?
I don't know. I kind of like Charmander. I mean, he's cute. He's got a little fire. I don't like his biggest evolution. I think is the one that I don't care for, though.
Charizard?
Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's somebody else. There's another big lizard one. Or it starts as a cute lizard and it ends up turning into something weird.
Dratini.
Maybe.
Dratini to Dragonair to Dragonite. It's the little blue snake thing that turns into the long one with the little pretty cloud ear things, and then it turns into the big yellow dragon.
Oh, that might be the one. That might be what I'm thinking.
I know Baka's. I'll ask him anyway, but I know Baka's. Baka's, what's your favorite starter?
It's fucking Squirtle.
Yeah, I knew that. That was an easy question.
He'll fucking spit out your little fire tail.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I'm trying to fight you, Baka. I'm sorry.
It's Pokemon. That's all they do is fight.
I know, right?
I mean, I know. Maybe that's why I don't like it. I like the collection aspect, not the fight aspect.
They did try to introduce like a fashion show aspect in some of the games at one point or another.
Ruby,
I don't need them to dress up, though. I mean, they're cute on their own.
It's like, here, get this bow and this, and put it on your Pokemon, and then do this little fashion show, and you can earn things with it. They've done it in other ones too.
Huh. This is Pokemon Ruby.
Yeah, I don't necessarily need that, but thanks for asking. Nintendo, Game Freak, whatever.
I mean, some people liked it.
I guess.
Yeah. That's all of the news stuff for this week. A nice little hour talk about news. Somewhat interesting news. A lot of sad stuff for our.
Well, a lot of stuff that showcases that we're old folks these days.
Older folks. I mean, we're just more careful about what we buy these days, and we have standards. I'm not even gonna say high standards. Don't even have high standards. Just standards.
You mean you're not excited for Call of Duty 39?
No,
that's
not at all.
Mediocrity money printer 39, you mean?
But it's the same shit shoveling to you as we've always done. Don't you love
except
it?
they get to make more money this time because it's entirely AI made.
Well, let's hope that's not the case, but I don't think any of us would be shocked at this point. So,
I mean, honestly, no. I mean, they have their formula and the how everything kind of runs as far as the tuning. They just have to go here, AI. These are your parameters. Make us some new maps.
yeah. Yeah, that's really all there is to it, I guess. But I mean, I guess you could argue that's kind of the same with a lot of stuff. It'd be the same thing with like Pokemon. Here, AI, this is what we're looking for. Make us some new evolutions.
We need 20 new Pokemon to add into the game.
I bet you we could do it. I bet you we could.
Which is crazy for me.
Mega Evolve version.
Because Nintendo isn't interested in doing AI for that, which is one of those ironic things that, like, as all companies who could use that to the extreme, Nintendo is one of the ones that could use it very easily. Yet they're one of the few that are like, they'll use it, but they're not fully reliant on it. It's like, okay,
yeah,
all right.
For now, until the next person takes over, and they're like, what? We can make bank?
Yeah, that's the difference of Japanese culture, though, is they like to make money, but they have much, 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 much higher morals and ethics than other parts of the world. But they still like money. Definitely won't debate that. They love their money, but again, they've got a certain honor system ingrained in their culture that differs from ours substantially.
I mean, like when they go to school, like that's ingrained in their culture. I mean.
So it's a unique take for game developers.
I was reading, I know we're like wrapping up, we're going to talk about the games that we are playing and stuff, but I was reading what this year's Phasmo event is for the Halloween one, and you know, one of the things that we talked about last year. Yeah, one of the things we talked about is like, oh, they wasted time on updating these little trophies and things in the case. This year's trophy, if you complete the challenges and everything, is the same as last year's, only it's upgradable upon completing personal goals. So now you don't even get unique trophies. They're like, y'all, what are you doing?
And to be fair, you don't even get the trophy. It's a community thing.
Yeah,
as long as the community does it, you get the trophy.
Yeah, you don't even have to actually personally do anything short of logging in at least once or twice once the event is completed, you know? It feels so unrewarding. I was looking at it because I was like, maybe we do want to play the event. What is it this year? What do we got to do? Never mind. Just go back to never mind.
Yeah, never mind.
That's okay. We do have ghost
just
games.
Log in.
So.
It'll be fine.
Chicken, are you still planning on us like getting to stream that sometime? Because
maybe.
I would very much like to play it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. What do you mean? We do play it.
Well, I'm putting my vote in for it. Take that.
Well, that's fine. I've been working on another thing.
I know. I'm also all in on that too, though. You and I are very much on the same page with a lot of stuff like that and group games and whatnot. And I'm. Baka's like, what are you gonna make me do now?
I ain't gonna make anybody do nothing. Nobody makes me do anything. I don't make anybody do anything except for my child. I understand he is still young. I have to make him do things, and I tell him all the time that you have to listen to me for now. And once you get older, you can start making your own decisions when I can trust you. But right now, I've got to make it so that you're not gonna feed yourself bad stuff or make terrible decisions. You can make those when you get older.
To circle that into the gaming stuff right now, the thing that we're having to make him do is stop asking us to do everything in Mario Odyssey for him. Because he can do it. He's been playing Mario Odyssey on the Switch, and he really loves it, and he's actually decent at it.
He's getting good. It's crazy.
He still does this thing where he's like, I'm going to do this boss fight. I can't do it. Can you help me? And by help me, he means he wants to hand you the Switch so that you will do the boss fight while he tells you how to do it, because he's a side seat gamer and cannot stop, and that drives me insane anyway. But I will absolutely at this point be like, you can do that yourself. I'm not doing it for you. If you want to play this game, you have to play this game. Figure it out. I know you can. Oh, it drives me nuts.
Yeah, that reminds me a lot of my dad with boss fights in games.
Do this for me.
where like he'll get well, yeah, he'll get it. He would used to give it a shot here and there, and then he would just like, here, you do it. So it's like, but aren't you playing? No, no, no. You go ahead and beat this one for me.
Yeah, I can't. It's like, yes, you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get a lot of I can't. And it's like you can't do it yet, but you need to work on it. And I'll be honest, the kid has gotten substantially better over like the last month. It is crazy. He went from barely being able to be controlling both to being able to move around very clearly and jump and kind of move around enemies. Like for 5 years old, he is handling Super Mario Odyssey pretty well, and he's beaten a few bosses by himself too. So
yeah, that's why
I
when
mean,
he says I
kudos to
can't,
that
I'm
kid.
like, yes, you can, because I know you
Yeah.
can. The I
It's
can't
like,
is
kid, I've
not
seen
true.
you do it.
Also, never
Yeah.
hand me a game and then tell me how to do it. If you can tell me how to do it, it means you know how to do it. Why am I doing this? It's yours. Take it back. Ugh, drives me insane.
Yes.
Okay, so before the show got started, I heard you talking to Baka. Baka, did you tell him that you have finished the Kingdom Come game? Is that what you were
The
talking
main
about?
story almost.
Holy God. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't done all the like the side missions because it's like this is just too fucking much. Like way too much. But I did a lot of them, and yeah.
I thought that was going to be one of those games where it's like you have to have minimum 100 hours in before you're coming close to completion. But I mean, I guess you're either that or maybe
I
you
mean,
do.
how
Like,
many
I don't
hours
know.
does
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how often you've been playing it. So
Uh,
maybe you do have like that.
79.4.
Ah, so close. Okay.
There you go.
Well, okay, fine then. I retract my statement. You are close to 100 hours. I guess that makes sense. It just seems like I guess maybe I've not accounted for all of the time that you've been playing it is kind of the deal. Maybe in my brain.
Yeah, I figured every time it's late at night and whatnot, I'm staying up later than I should. I see him pop up. Kingdom Come Deliverance pops in. It's like he's hitting it. He's enjoying the out of that game.
Yeah, and you know, accidentally shooting the blacksmith's son in the head. And,
Accidental murder. Then you hit his body.
convinced
You
me.
made it worse.
I did. I was like, well, we're just gonna put this in a bush and walk away.
Your Henry is awful. I'm just saying.
Oh, you didn't hear the story earlier.
Am I gonna
All
like
right,
your
Mako.
Henry even less?
Oh, all right. Go ahead, Mako.
Okay, so, okay, you played it a little bit. Do you remember a character called Johanka?
No.
A woman that in the beginning you can talk to her in the town you start out in Scalix, and you can do a quest to help her she's trying to hook up with another character, Matthias. Well,
That sounds vaguely familiar,
you
but I don't remember names well, so.
you can find her later in the game, working at a monastery, and
That's a change of pace.
she sends you, well, she sends you on some quests. One of them is to go and convince a bathhouse woman to basically stop being a prostitute.
Okay. Not really your business, but okay.
So I convinced. Well, there's other things involved in it with her having visions from Mary on a lot of these quests. But whatever.
Hey,
I'm just like,
you
it's more stuff. Well,
in the
it's
world.
medieval times. It's very, very religious
Yeah.
things. So,
Exactly.
so I get all the way there, and I convince her, and then I convince her to go to the monastery to help with like what Johanka's doing.
Yeah.
Help, with tend to people who are like sick and injured and stuff like that from all the raids and the war and stuff going on. As soon as we get there, I was like, why not? Well, one more for the road, because she asked. So yeah, I go at her one more time. Um, now here's the other part. Later on, there's a section with um, involving a bishop, and that actually gets brought up in the conversation of like, oh well, because I'm trying to convince that it's I'm such a good person, and he's like, yeah, but you came and you convinced her to stop being a prostitute, but then you turned around and fucked her.
And was your defense, well, she asked? Because that's how
I
you
was
were
just like,
justifying it.
was just like, well, the option was like, yeah, fuck it, I did it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I did it.
My
Wow.
Henry. Okay, so my Henry morally is all over the fucking place.
He's very morally
I I,
gray.
I
Yeah.
help a lot of people, but I also go in and sneak into people's houses and rob them. And if they happen to hear me pick the lock, until I got my lock pick up pretty high, when they would hear me lock picking, if I fucked it up and it woke them up, I'd fucking punch them to knock them out, and then take their shit.
Wow. That's awful.
Instead of, well, I didn't kill them, so
Oh, okay.
that's I just beat the fuck out of them and then took their shit.
I guess technically I can't be too mad at you. Because I've done things like that before in games, I guess. I mean, not
Well,
like, I usually
because
don't
I'm
rob
trying to
people,
build
but I
up.
will knock them out, even though I'm, like, supposed to be a
Well,
killer.
and you have to wear like dark clothing and stuff when you're doing this because I mean if you're running around in bright colored clothing in the dark, they're gonna notice you a lot
Yeah.
easier. So like I've been doing all this stuff like sneaking around and I to build up my stealth and my lockpicking skill. Um, and then of course anytime I run across like bandits or something on the road, like I'm fighting them to build up my weapon skills. And
Uh, I mean, the
there's been a
bandits, though,
few
like,
times where
they
they
asked for
give
that.
up, and it's like, do you want to let them go? And I'm just like, nah, I'm just gonna fucking kill them.
Let him go? Nah, not today.
Oh,
Or
man.
you can actually go, hey, you can leave, but should put your weapons down, and I'll let you go. Or you can make them pay.
Yeah, you can, like,
Mm.
extort
I have
them.
done that a few times. Yeah, I've done that a few times to get some extra money going. I mean, basically, like the Cumans and the bandits, like when I kill them, I take their armor, their weapons, everything, and immediately go and sell that shit.
I
But
mean,
like put it on the horse, and that's how I've been making bank.
the humans
Oh
make
yeah.
sense because they're the ones that are well, and the bandits, I guess, also make sense because they're harassing the local good folk essentially.
Yeah, I also beat the fuck and killed the lord and took his armor.
Okay, well, that's a little extreme, but okay.
He wanted to fight.
Yeah. Hey, he
He
started
said,
it.
and I took the shit.
I am glad that you've been having fun with that, and I will. In stark juxtaposition to your gameplay, I just finished the 20 no, 2022 Saints Row reboot thing. Let me tell you, Baka, how many times this game has made me think of you because every time it gives me something absolutely ridiculous, I'm like, Baka would love that. Baka would wear that. I bet Baka's character would wear that. Every time I see something extreme, I'm like, Baka.
My uncle Sam Hulk
Yeah. Uh,
with the deep British accent.
one of the sets of side quest things like for your criminal ventures is you're supposed to do getaway driving. It's once you put a Let's Pretend in town, which is like a used to be a place for you to go buy costume stuff essentially in the previous iterations of the franchise. Well, now you can work for them, but they need you to drive getaway because they're doing bank heists to bankroll plays or well heists in general. As you do those subsequent missions for them, you unlock the presidential masks for you to wear. There's like Carter and Nixon and stuff like that. So some of those I'm like, yeah, I could see him kind of running around. But then you get to do other stuff that I'm just like, why would Baka not do this? Like, you have to steal the food trucks, but after you've stolen the food trucks for your criminal venture, you can drive them. And one of them is like a hot dog one that has like a giant hot dog on the top and plays a specific song as you drive it. Like if you push the horn button, it's on constantly like police sirens would in the police cars. So it's just playing this like hot dog themed song as you're driving around town in it.
Hot dog
And you
theme
get a hot dog
song.
hat and an outfit that I can see Baka mixing and matching those pieces with other pieces of stuff. I hate to recommend this game, but I think that you would probably enjoy it, actually. Like, you may not care about the main story necessarily, but you would enjoy all of the stuff around it.
The absurdity of everything else.
I got a little spaceship to drive. It's a car, and its handling is fuck awful, but I feel like it would be your jam. So it's just
I'm gonna throw it on the wish list and
Do
when
it.
it's super fucking cheap.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those where it's like I never thought I'd recommend that game to somebody, but there's so many times playing that game that I like without even beckoning the thought, it was Baka would love this. So
I enjoy my stupid shit.
I will the thing I will tell you to do that does push you into OP territory though is there's once you buy it, it comes with all of the DLC because they ended up not being able to sell it separately, I think. But the ones for the LARPing community do that whole story arc, and then it gets you the final LARP weapon. Just go and use that forever because it is so fun. And everybody, because it's a LARP weapon, they all are supposed to be, the whole city is supposed to be in on the LARP, so they'll all die in the LARPy way. So even when you're in, like, the final boss area and you're just straight murdering people in the area, they're all like, tell my wife I loved them, and keeling over, and it just adds that extra, like, Saints Row ridiculousness back to the game. So... Plus, it's a fun weapon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run around in a hot dog hat and a LARP weapon and driving a hot dog truck.
Do it.
Well, too bad you can't have a hot dog sword.
You can have a fake sword. It's like, it's one of the LARP weapons, but you can use all of the LARP weapons throughout the rest of the game. But it is like a foam sword that's got like aluminum foil wrapped around the outside of it. It looks very cheesy because it's supposed to be cheesy, but it was fun. So,
yeah, I think I'm down. Like if I can pick it up for like $8.
I'm sure you'll be able to.
I'm sure. Yeah, the autumn sale is at the end of November, and then you've got the Christmas sale right afterwards. And
I don't even know how much it's on the store for right now.
We just did the autumn sale.
Yeah, we did. It's like the pre-holiday sale though.
It's like Black Friday
Black
sale
Friday
or whatever.
Yeah, maybe it's
Whatever they call it.
Look instead autumn sale. I was like, wait, we just fucking did that one.
What's next? Next Games Fest, Scream. Oh, Steam Scream Fest starts October 27th and runs until November 3rd. Then Animal Fest, Sports Fest, the Winter Sale is after that. Oh yeah, they're not doing a Black Friday sale this year.
Oh, it's $30 normally, or $40 with the gold edition. Do the gold edition, definitely. But definitely wait for it to come out on sale.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which I'm sure it will.
Let's see. The cheapest where is my price? Oh, price history. The cheapest it goes down to $4.
Yeah, oh yeah. We're gonna do that one.
Yeah.
That's what it's been dropping
my money's
at.
worth out of it.
100%.
At some point later, I'm gonna load up my game because I'm still usually once I've finished like an open world game, once I've finished the storyline stuff, I have a hard time going back to it. But I'm gonna go finish some of the criminal ventures because they're just fun to do. But I will send you a couple of screenshots of things that I think that made me think of you specifically, and then you can be like yes or no. But it's one of those things where it was surprising because I didn't expect that game to make me think of you that often. Not that that's a bad thing because I love you. But it did. There were several times where I was like, oh, Baka would love that. Oh man, Baka would love that. So now I'm telling you.
Does it have a co-op to it, or
It
is it
does.
just single?
It does actually.
Ooh.
You can co-op it. There's actually an achievement for. The only reason I know it had co-op is because there's an achievement for pranking your co-op partner. So.
Yeah, we need to do that one.
Maybe in that one I'll actually play a dude character. I've been playing the lady character, and her voice actress is. I just think she fits so well. So I think it's just like the default voice lady. There's like 3 or 4 options, but it's the default one that just she killed that role. That's for sure. But yeah, put it on the wish list.
Maybe I can go with a muscle bound dude that has a really high pitched voice.
I will make a dude character to play in that one with you just so that I can experience what the male actor sounds like, or well, one of them. I'll pick one out. But surprisingly, that game is fun. I know a lot of people are like, it's hot garbage. I was like, it's hot garbage when it first came out. You just can't look at it as a Saints Row game. You can't. Don't pretend that it is until you've unlocked a lot of the ridiculous stuff. And then you can go back to thinking of it as a Saints Row game. Before that, it tries too hard to be GTA with
So basically, it starts out like Saints Row 1, where it wanted to be that GTA clone.
Kinda, yeah.
Like so bad.
And then it took a while for it feels like it takes too long for the game to get on track with itself or with what franchise it is.
Yeah, because the second one it started doing a bit more of the absurd stuff, but it also still tried to remain kind of serious.
Yeah.
It didn't go like full on just like bucket until the third one. So.
Well, it is fun. To be fair, it is fun. Some of the guns feel not great. That are like the base game stuff where they're trying to be more realistic. But then once you start getting into the more fun stuff, that's where that franchise always shines. And I don't know why they try to shy away from it, or why they tried now that the franchise is no more. But yeah. So yeah, once you're able to pick that up for cheap, Baka, yeah, hit me up. We'll do it.
All right. But we'll see if it goes on sale here soon.
Yeah.
If not, it'll probably be this winter sale. So
yeah,
end of December.
Other than that, we've been playing our usual standard fare of group games. I will say, we played Repo this week, and Chicken is usually like the savior of all of us. And this one time, I came around the corner as we're trying to run away, and he shoots me with the gun that he has and shoots me into the robe. And I died. I died for it. You murdered me.
First of all, no, I did not shoot her on purpose. I got grabbed by the shadow. I got grabbed by the little shadow guy as I went to shoot the clown guy. It was the clown guy behind me.
Was it the clown? I thought it was the robe. I'm pretty sure it was the robe. It might have been the robe. He yelled at me.
Yeah, because I went to shoot the robe and I got grabbed as I aimed and it pulled me back. So I aimed somewhere else and I shot and hit her. I thought I hit the robe as I dropped the gun and drug away around the corner. I didn't see what happened because then I got dropped off on the other side of the map going, I don't know where I'm at. I'm lost. And I tried to run back to grab the gun and then Grif was dead. So I grabbed her and drug her back.
I felt safe because he was like, come on, just come on around the corner. I got it. And I came around the corner and got shot. I felt so betrayed.
No. Betrayal is dropping the golden gun or dropping the taser and then instantly giving you. Yeah, sorry. That's betrayal.
Well, that game Repo is a lot more fun now that we are like, okay, at least one person needs to prioritize getting a weapon instead of like jacking up their stats necessarily. We were trying to be strategic. It's like, just brute force some of it, okay? It's fine.
Yeah, until the game literally shits on you in every way possible. You make it through, and then,
we had, 3 clowns?
It was unbelievable. Yeah, it was 3 clowns, a marshmallow, and a robe.
Yeah.
At the end. And all of us were alive and decent health, too. And then it's just like, oh, yeah, you did a good job. You're not getting out, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's great. So you just want us to run and then die.
Also, that one night with me and you and Kat and Virtue, the first like round or two that we have played, I have never been so disappointed in our friends breaking stuff in that game until then. Like every time I turned around, either Cat or Virtue was slamming something into a wall and just shattering it. It's like, stop picking anything up. Just tell me, I'll come get it, okay? At this point, just let me do it. Y'all are, I don't know, bulls in the china shop here. Stop it. That was wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
We also have played some Scriblio lately, which is browser-based Pictionary, but you can make your own custom word lists, so you're welcome to make a bunch of nerdy stuff, or you can use their word lists. I will say, I feel like with our friend group, it's easier for us to draw the complicated dumb shit that I've put into a custom word list than it is for, like, the normal stuff. Like, draw booty sandwich. Okay, cool, we can definitely do that. Draw minute. I don't know how to draw that. I don't know what you want from me. Here's a clock with my hand. I put an arrow towards the minute hand. I hope y'all can figure it out. It's like, oh man. But it's been fun. And Chicken's been doing
Watching scary movies.
Yeah, it's October. He pretty much doesn't play stuff. He just binge watches Scream and Halloween and all that stuff.
Scary movies.
I said all that stuff. That's a big umbrella.
Yeah.
But you have been watching Scream recently.
Well, yes, I've
the
watched
Scream franchise.
First four. It's fun to rewatch them knowing exactly who the killers are, so you can watch watch it from both sides. It's one of those things where it's fun to watch it the first time through because you don't know who the killer is, and then watching it a second time through, you know who the killer is, and you can, if they were poorly written, you would be able to kind of see some miscues, but usually when the killer character is off screen, you don't see them again, and they'll disappear for a second, and then the next scene will start playing out, and then the killer will come in, and it's like, okay, I see you went off, got changed, and then you're coming back around, kill them. So it's fun. For me, it's fun to watch kind of how the character plays out in the Scream movies. It's fun. The first one is very obvious. The second one was a nice twist. The third one was fun. It turned it into a trilogy, but people didn't like that one. But I thought it was fine. Fourth one, the reboot, and then the 5 and 6 was another reboot.
Mm. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying that.
Oh yeah, I love me some scary movies. It's spooky month. It's all about scary.
You got at least another 2 weeks, so.
13 days.
Oh, we're at 13.
Actually.
It's the spooky number.
And Halloween falls on Friday, and it's 31, the reverse of Friday the 13th. So.
Does that mean it's the greatest day instead of being cursed?
I mean, it's spooky month.
It's got to be the opposite, right? Yeah.
Oh, they're also working on a new Friday the 13th game.
I know.
Or they got plans to make a new Friday the 13th game. Bigger and better than the one they made in 2017.
Is it going to be like a licensed one this time?
I don't.
Or are they trying
yeah. Now that they've got the license stuff all figured out and sorted, they plan on doing something bigger this time.
Okay.
Now that they've got it all sorted.
Well, at least we know it's they know what they're doing.
Is it the same people?
I think it is the same people who actually own all the rights now. Because they're the ones who did Killer Clowns. They helped with.
Well, what I meant is is it the same people that did the other one, the other game?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That
hopefully,
maybe they'll call it part 2.
Oh, that would be nice. Friday the 13th part 2. Yeah. I mean, we're getting a Halloween game. I'm pretty sure it's the same people too. They're making the Halloween game.
I think it is it. I don't know. That one might not be the same people, but I'm not sure.
I think it is.
Well, you can look it up really quickly, and then once we figure that out, we can get out of here. I just realized we're at like an hour and 40 minutes ish. So.
Yeah, Ilphonic.
Oh, is it?
They're the ones who made the Predator Hunting Grounds, the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I thought, is this not the same group that did?
Did they have
They
to
also did
dissolve
Ghostbusters
that studio and remake it as something else?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because I don't remember what the company was called, to be honest.
Oh, developers, Ilphonic. Publishers was Gun Media. Yeah. So Ilphonic, yeah, same company.
Okay.
They did all of these games. Yeah. Here's Friday the 13th, Dead Alive, Predator, Hunting Ground, Ghostbusters, Killer Clowns, and Halloween. Yeah. They helped with the other one too, by the way. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They helped with that one when they made it for Game Pass or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So Ilphonic is the one that's doing all the horror asymmetrical style games.
Let's hope that it lasts longer than some of these other ones that start out great and then just kind of die off.
Something tells me that Friday the 13th would have still been going on if they wouldn't have gotten into trouble.
I mean, in comparison to the other ones, while the servers are still up, you could still find games for that one. Whereas the other ones, like, it started hitting to the points to where you couldn't find anyone playing it.
I know. I loved Friday the 13th. It was great fun. Lots of fun.
Yeah. It was fun. All right. Well, anything else that you guys have been doing that you want to talk about before we get out of here? No? Okay. Well, at some point, I swear Oak it will be with us in the future at some point. I just don't know exactly when. Maybe next time, because he said that it should be 2 weeks of no soccer. So, maybe next time. But... Anyway, he's streaming, I guess, sometimes. I don't really know. He hasn't mentioned anything about it lately. But you could just go to his Twitch and find out. It's twitch.tv/MDB Oaktree. For a chicken, it's twitch.tv/Elite Chicken 313. Question mark on that. Will we play Ghost Game there? Maybe. Won't we? Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. And I have not been doing anything YouTube related yet, but that doesn't mean that I won't in the future. So, take that. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that's it. So, I guess we'll get out of here. For Infinite Respawn, I'm Grif.
I'm Chicken.
I'm Baka.
Bye.
Bye.
Please hang up and try again.